Hey everyone, Cheryl here popping in with your weekly video, and this week we are talking about feeding your inner masculine. If you haven't watched last week's video on the art of feminine energy and receiving, I really encourage you to watch this because these two videos are really bookends. They are the pillars of your energy and balancing your own inner energy. So do go and watch the feminine energy video if you haven't already. Now, before we get into the specifics of masculine energy, I wanted to take a bit of a step back and explain energy in general, particularly when it comes to these two polarities of masculine and feminine, to give you a really, really good context and a solid foundation with which you can build upon this knowledge and this information that's to come. So neither energy is good or bad, masculine and feminine. We have a lot of connotations when it comes to the word masculine and the word feminine. Frankly, the words man and woman can be very triggering, even though they're just descriptions and they're really, really simple. So be aware of that too, but neither energy is good or bad, and you have both energies within you. So where we go really wrong with this whole conversation about energy is, I need to be in my feminine energy, as if that's the only energy that you're embodying, and it's really, really not true. We have both within us and we need both within us. We need to balance them within us, and it's not about 50-50. And this is another really common misconception. It's not about having 50% masculine energy and 50% feminine energy and saying, oh, now my polarities are balanced. That's not perfect balance, actually, even though you might think so because it's 50-50. That's not the case, and here is why. When we do that, when we are the same amount of masculine and feminine energy within us, what we're actually doing is losing the benefits of our energetic home. We all have an energetic home. You will know this by how you feel when you're in your feminine energy, and I'll come to in a second the definition of both, just so you understand that. But when we're in our feminine energy, it feels like home. It feels like this really soothing, healing balm for our soul. We feel connected to our heart. It feels beautiful, and we say, oh, that's my energetic home, right? We all have that energetic home, whether we're male, female, gender neutral, whatever it might be, and this has got nothing to do with sexuality either, but we all have that energy within us, and one of them is home to us. So if 50-50 isn't balanced, what is balance? Balance is having an energy that is dominant and having a healthy amount of the other energy. So I'm going to give you some percentages just to give you an idea of what we're talking about. If you are in 60% feminine energy and 40% masculine, that is balanced. If you're in 70% feminine and 70% feminine and 30% masculine, that is balanced. If you start to get towards 80-20, 80% and 20%, that's getting a little bit too extreme on one end. And if you're 90% feminine and 10% masculine, you're completely out of whack. You're way too in your feminine and you're disconnected from your masculine, which is exactly what we're talking about today with regards to feeding your inner masculine. So that can work in reverse too, right? You can be 60-40 or 70-30 masculine to feminine. The ratios can change. And so you're not looking to be 50-50, you're not looking to be 90%, 10%, you're looking to be 60-70% in your dominant energy, your energetic home, and then 30-40%, whatever the numbers work out as, in that other energy, so let's say masculine. I find people are either one extreme or the other with this. They're either too in their masculine or too in their feminine, regardless of what their energetic home is. And so if you are a human, who we all are, if you are a human who has an energetic home of feminine energy, then you will be, hopefully, really connected to your feminine energy. Now, if you are very in feminine, you are not going to be in touch with these masculine aspects of you. So now that we have got a lot of the conceptual information covered and out of the way, and let's just lock that away over there for a second, let's get really, really practical. What do I even mean by masculine energy and feminine energy? What does that mean in a very practical way? How do you know where you're at, whether you're in masculine or feminine energy? And here's how you know. So these principles are based on a lot of really ancient information about energetic polarity. So yin and yang, for example. Yin is very feminine, it's very cool, very nurturing. Yang is very fiery, it's about action, it's very masculine. That's exactly the kind of thing we're talking about here. And so masculine energy is about logic, it's about structure, it's about action, it's very business minded. Feminine energy is a lot more flowy, it's about receiving, creating, birthing. Mother Earth is a feminine energy. There's a reason why we call Gaia Mother Earth and not Father Earth. And that's because she's a feminine energy. She receives and she births and she gives and she creates. That's feminine energy. Again, we have both within us. We need both within us. All these people going around saying you have to be in your feminine energy, but what about your masculine? If you are in that state of receiving, giving, creating, flowiness, you can quite quickly become ungrounded. Now, we've talked before about the chakra points. It's worth repeating that here. The heart, the throat, the third eye, and the crown is all feminine energy. We're all really connected there when we're in touch with our feminine energy. So that is I feel, I speak, I see, I know. They are feminine dominant chakra points. The lower three chakras, there are more than 7, but we'll stick to the 7 chakra system just for the purposes of this explanation. The lower 3 chakras, the base or the root chakra, the sacral chakra, and the solar plexus, that is about things like safety, security, motivation, self-will, drive, motivation, self-discipline, all of those kinds of things. And also one of those energetic centers, your sacral, is about creativity and sexuality. And those lower 3 chakras, for the most part, are very, very masculine. And if you're in touch with your masculine energy, you'll be very in touch with those lower 3 chakra points. So let's look at it this way. If masculine energy was a place, here would be the City of London with corporate people running around in suits, in really structured, tailored clothing. All of the activity, all of the momentum, all of the action, all of the cerebral activity. The City of London is very, very masculine in energy. If feminine energy was a place, she would be a park or a garden with lots of nature and things really sprouting from the earth, or she would be a beach that's really relaxed with the waves ebbing and flowing. So can you see from those 2 examples what masculine and feminine energy looks like? Incidentally, masculine and feminine can be associated with fabrics too. So I'm wearing something very chiffony and very flowy, that's very feminine. If you wore a leather jacket on top, a leather jacket is very kind of structured and very masculine. So that would be an example of those 2 energetic centers working together. So clothing can have an impact as well. So now that we've discussed that and we really understand what these 2 energetic polarities mean, and we think about it and we go, okay, I'm pretty in my feminine, I'm very connected to these upper 4 chakras, I feel, I speak, I see, I know, I'm very connected psychically, but I'm not that grounded and I really have a lot of trouble getting shit done, actioning things, executing, I'm pretty crap at planning, or whatever it might be. I'm not that tuned business-wise, I'm not that great with strategy, all those kind of things. That's all masculine energy. So how you feed your masculine is by doing these things. It's by being self-disciplined, motivated, taking action, executing on your plans, studying business, feeding your mind is very, very masculine energy. It's great for your inner masculine. I was once in a coaching session and I was guided through an exercise where I was in touch with my inner masculine, and I saw him as a little man sat on my shoulder, like literally a miniature human, dressed in a suit, sitting on my shoulder with his legs dangling over, and he was like looking around like a bored puppy, like, what can I have? What can I do? Where's the next thing? It was very much like it is like a puppy. Like if you don't give him something to do, he's going to cause some trouble, you know? And so what I learned is that my inner masculine loves information. He loves strategy. He loves detail. He loves all those really beautiful, again, cerebral things, those thoughts, information, details, facts, business. He loves watching Dragon's Den. Do you know what I mean? Like, that is what my inner masculine needs. And so your work is to find out what your inner masculine needs. Yeah, let's actually drop into a meditation. I wasn't planning on doing this, but I'm getting recalled to. Can you also see the magical moving down of the sleeves that is happening? This is actually a longer sleeve top, and I'm trying to do a thing, but they keep doing their own thing. They must be in feminine energy. They're like, we're just going to flow and do whatever we want. We don't want to be structured, which is all good. It's quite funny, actually. Okay, so let's drop into a meditation. Feet flat on the floor. Hands, palms down on your knees or your legs. Eyes closed. Deep breath in. And out. Deep breath in. And out. Final deep breath in. And exhale. Breathing normally now at your own pace. I want to bring your attention to the base of your spine, picturing a really beautiful ruby red circle of energy there, and watching as it brightens and spins and cleanses. Moving up now to the area of your belly button, picturing a beautiful orange gem there, spinning and clearing and becoming bright. Moving up to just above your navel in the center of your chest, but a little bit below where your solar plexus lies, that beautiful yellow gem there, sparkling and spinning and cleansing. Moving up now into your heart center, your heart chakra, in the middle of your chest above your breastbone. Watching as that beautiful green gem spins and cleanses and brightens. Moving up now into the blue of your throat. Watching how that gem spins around and becomes brighter as it becomes cleansed and alive. Moving up now to the purple gem in the middle of your forehead, your third eye chakra. Watching how that beautiful gem becomes bright and cleansed and vibrant as it spins. Finally up to the top of your head, your crown, beautiful indigo. Watch that gem as it spins and brightens and cleanses. All your chakra points are now clear. And bring your attention now to your shoulder. You might want to just look to the side as you see this little figure sat on your shoulder, and it is your inner masculine. And we're going to have a dialogue with him. We're going to ask him first how he's feeling today. And just allow him to respond. We're going to ask him what activities we've been doing recently that he's really enjoyed, and allow him to answer. And finally, we're going to ask him, what do you need more of? And listen to what he shares with you. Thank him for having a dialogue with you. And ask him if there's anything else you need to know. Know that your inner masculine can always be sat there on your shoulder anytime you need to ask him what it is that he needs to nourish him and really feed him and keep him happy and healthy. You might just want to farewell him in any way that feels appropriate for you. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Welcome back. That was a really short journey into introducing you to your inner masculine and meeting him and hopefully having a conversation with him. Notice who he would be if he was a person. So what was he wearing? What did he look like? Does he look like anyone you know? Does he look like anyone you recognize? Who does he remind you of? Is there someone you have in mind? Like if someone was to play him in a movie, what actor would it be? That kind of thing. Just really get a visual on what he looks like, because that's going to really help you when you connect to him. And you can just sit quietly in meditation, or even when you're out for a walk or doing yoga or whatever it might be, and just really connect to him and say, hey, what do you need? Right? We connect to our heart, and that's a really beautiful thing, but how often do we connect with our inner masculine? And you know, this doesn't just help us, this really transforms how we connect with the masculine energies in our life. Not necessarily men, because not all men house masculine energy, but the masculine dominant energy people in our lives. So I really hope that was helpful. As I glanced to the side here, I saw a crystal book that I got out before. There are crystals that really help with masculine energy. For me, what I really love is the labradorite necklace I have, which helps with drive and motivation and structure and discipline. It really, really helps me. There are other ones too. Obsidian is really good. This is a snowflake obsidian. Yeah, let's do that YouTuber thing where they do that whole thing. Where is it? There we go. This is why I'm not a YouTuber. Hello. And this is black tourmaline. I don't really know if this is good for masculine energy or not, but where can I put it? There we go. But I feel like it is. It helps me with masculine energy. It feels very grounding and protective to me. It's also a protective stone as well, and it absorbs dark energies, but I think it's a very masculine stone. So just go for whatever, draws to you. Like we all know everything. We know what we need. So just trust yourself on that. I was asked at the end of our group call at the end of December. Are we still in December? Yeah, just about. I was asked by one of you beautiful, beautiful souls what I do to connect to my inner masculine. And I'm going to share that here in case that gives you some ideas and you can take the activities that really resonate with you. And if you really balk at some of these activities, then that could be a sign that you may need to try them. I know that's counterintuitive, but if you're like, oh no, I have a real aversion to that, then there might be something there and it might be worth exploring. Whenever we have a really strong reaction to something, whether it's strongly positive or strongly negative, whether we're attracted or repulsed by something, there's usually something there from a personal development point of view. So what I do to connect to my inner masculine, and this is on the back of also just talking to my masculine just now, because when I do these meditations I go through them with you, because that's the way that I can facilitate it, is to be with you through it. So what he really likes is he likes lots of structure. He likes the gym and the challenge of the gym and setting goals and accomplishing them in the gym. He likes physical movement. He likes very heavy weights in the gym. He likes a lot of things like planning and strategy and business. All those kind of activities are really, really good for me connecting with my inner masculine. And to be frank, it keeps me balanced as well, because I'm very connected to my feminine energy, but I also do this work, run a business, and I'm going through life as a human and needing to get things done. And that drive and that self-discipline and that motivation, anytime I'm tapping into those aspects of myself, is when I'm connecting to my inner masculine. So yeah, strategizing, planning, setting goals, achieving goals, accomplishments, challenging myself and reaching a personal goal, whether it's gym based or whatever it might be. Music, like quite rocky music, guitar heavy music, is for me really connects me to my masculine. Yeah, numbers, figures, finances, taxes, those kind of things for me really connect me to that aspect of myself. So take any of those activities if they resonate. And I hope this video has really served you. This is a little bit of a more esoteric, slightly more metaphysical teaching, but it's equally important and something that I really wanted to share, because we're told get in your feminine, and actually we need to be connected to our masculine as well in a way that is balanced. That's 60-40 or 70-30, right? What's really, really interesting is I've been really in my feminine energy because I'm filming this over Twixtmas, that lovely period between Christmas and New Year. So I felt very flowy and very feminine. And when I filmed the last video on femininity, I was in a very masculine place of I need to get shit done before Christmas. So it's quite funny to me how I filmed each video when I'm in the opposite energy, and that is all about polarity and balance. So that's quite magical. Let me know if you have any questions, if you need accountability in the group with regards to connecting to your masculine, and if you are really struggling, you know, with getting things done and accomplishing things and sticking to your guns, like you have all these ideas but you don't really execute on them, that can be a masculine energy thing. There can be other things at play as well, and I don't want to discount that. There could be limiting beliefs and all kinds of things, and fears of if you get a certain thing you might be afraid of what might happen. So there could be some blocks there. There could be a lot going on, but certainly if you're not able to really commit to something you wanted to do, or you have that difficulty with your motivation and your discipline, your self-discipline, like I'm going to get up at this time and I'm going to meditate, or I'm going to go do this thing, and then you just keep flaking out on yourself, that can certainly be a sign that you need to connect to that masculine energy within. Okay, I think that's all for now. I love you guys so much, and I will see you next week.